External graveyard. Day. A miserable overcast sky. A gentle gust of wind scatters October leaves across the ground. An assortment of gravestones varying in condition, shapes and sizes are spread throughout the large, lonely graveyard. Christopher, 60s, suited, stands beside his parked car. He watches Liz, 60s, shrouded in a dark robe, mourn at the bottom of a grave. The modest gravestone has the name Thomas Werner etched in its stone. Remnants of obscene graffiti, the word F-R-E-A-K, cover the rest of the stone. Christopher places his hand on Liz's shoulder. His touch brings her back to reality, her distant, sorrowful gaze replaced by silent anger.
Liz, it's time.
I'm not ready yet, Christopher.
We don't want a repeat of last year. We've both paid our respects. Leave it here.
Liz stands. She gives Christopher a scathing look.
There are no memories to respect here, only soil and torment.
I know, Liz, I know. Come on, let me take you home.
Christopher helps a frail Liz to his car. External. Field. Dusk. An empty post-harvest cornfield. A row of scarecrows remain on duty. A farmhouse in the distance. Dusk clouds spread across the sky. External. Field. 2. Dusk bulldozers and land development machinery sit dormant in the cordoned-off field. A construction banner reads, "Home from Home Construction, building new lives and new hope." External. Woodland Lane. Night. A heavy gust of wind scatters crisp October leaves across a quiet road. Moonlight beams down between gaps in overbearing trees from both sides of the road. The road leads out to External. Street night. A quiet suburban neighborhood semi-lit by the orange glow of street lamps. Leaves continue to drift down the road towards the end of the street. External. House. Night. An old Victorian house. Garden long overgrown. A rickety old wooden fence. Faint weather-worn graffiti remains spray-painted on the fence gate. Beware of the freak. Wind-strewn leaves gather and find their resting place in the garden. They rustle against the house. A condemned stay-out sign covers the front door. Internal. House, kitchen, night. Moonlight beams inside through a gently swinging half-open door. Old wooden cupboards slant on dusty web-covered walls. A boarded-up window. Internal. House, living room. Night. A strike of a match gives light to the room. Filthy, thick, dark velvet curtains cover a large window. Room is empty.
Once a year, I'd enter this house.
Internal. House, staircase. Night. Ancient wallpaper peels from walls. A bare wooden staircase leads upwards.
Once a year, I'd walk these steps.
Internal. House, upstairs night, a closed wooden door.
And once a year, I'd enter this room.
Liz holds a lit candle lamp in one hand. Her other hand reaches for the dusty door handle. She slowly twists it. Opens the door. A slight gust escapes, shimmers the candlelight. Liz enters inside the darkness beyond the door. The door slams shut. Internal. House, bedroom, night. Liz shines the candlelight over the room. A dirty mattress lay on the floorboards. Curtains flail outwards wildly. Liz places the lamp on the floor. She approaches the curtains. She spreads them aside and closes an open window. The curtains suppress back into lifeless objects. Moonlight blares through the window into the room. Its radiance pinpoints a photo frame on the wall. Close up on photo, Liz, in her 50s, smiles for a family picture with Christopher, 50s, and a facially deformed boy, Tom, 15. Liz unhooks the photo from the wall. She wipes it clear of dust. She sits on the mattress as she strokes Tom's face. Tears drop onto the photo. Liz wipes them across the photo to clear it up even more. Liz takes a hip flask from her pocket. She takes a sip. Her reaction indicates the contents are strong. She places the flask on the floor. Liz sits back against the wall. She cries mournfully.
My dear son, Tom, how I miss you so.
Liz takes a pocket-sized book from underneath the mattress. She opens it. Candlelight reveals its author's handwriting to be of excellent quality.
Another day at school, another day of ridicule, another beating on my way home. Although I'm hurt in both senses, I don't blame them for branding me a freak. They see me as clear as I see my reflection every day. The only person who doesn't, my mother, who somehow continues to love me regardless.
Liz flicks the pages, delves further into the diary.
Voices in the night make me feel alright. I tell my mother what I hear, and although she won't admit it, she must believe I'm losing my mind. Perhaps with what disease I have, it's a possibility I am.
Liz turns to another section.
I refuse to leave my room. I prefer the company of the dark. Mother leaves me food and drink outside my door. I hear mocking voices outside, jeers and taunts. It's the voice inside that keeps me going.
Liz turns to the final page of the diary. It's marked October 31st. She holds it to her heart.
5 years, my son. 5 years to the day. I feel the pain as if it were only moments ago.
Liz reads the final entry.
Tonight is the night I will take my life under the guidance and instructions of the glorious light.
Liz closes the book.
I'm so sorry, my son. If only I believed. If only I said I believed. I would do anything to have that chance again.
Curtains flap wildly. Floorboards creak. Sound of doors opening and slamming shut throughout the house. Liz, startled, gets to her feet. Clutches the diary to her chest. The room door opens and slams shut. Liz rushes to the door, tries to open it. It won't budge. A loud cackling of mocking laughter. The window opens and shuts by itself repeatedly as the curtains draw and close. The combination of sounds turn into a hellish crescendo. Liz's frightened stance changes. Anger. She stands firmly.
Stop it. Stop it.
The noises cease immediately. The window closes and shuts. The curtains stand limp.
Demon. A cursed demon that poisoned the mind of my son.
A loud, wretched, deep, morbid moan emanates around the room. Liz takes the lamp. She shines it around the room, searches for a sight of the presence.
Show yourself, you coward. You killed my boy, taunted him to his death. You evil, monstrous bastard.
The candle is blown out, sound of curtains being closed, darkness. The sound of Liz's fearful breathing. Moment pass. A soft, whisperish, meek male voice. Ghost, OS.
I am no demon.
Liz's breaths become harsher, intensified. Ghost, OS.
Let yourself be calm. I mean you no harm. It is you that frightens me.
Liz tries to relight her candle with a lighter. It is repeatedly blown out. Ghost, OS.
If you wish the light be lit, I would prefer that you sit.
Liz warily sits on the mattress. Light returns to the candle. Liz slowly turns her head to the side, screams. External. House, night. Liz's scream is heard by a group of up-to-no-good trick-or-treaters gathered outside. They run away screaming themselves, dropping their ammunition of eggs to the ground. Internal. House, bedroom, night. Terrified, Liz crouches by the side of the door. She looks up at a dark figure sat on the mattress. The figure, a ghost, is in the shape of a man, but it is more of a silhouette, a shadow within the darkness. It moves whisperishly, delicately, gently. It extends its hand towards Liz to her horror. Realizing the impact it has on her, the fingers become outlined by an angelic glow, only to break and shatter into small particles.
What did you do to my son?
Tom?
What did you do to him?
He was my friend, as I was his. We were the only friends we both had.
Liz stands, less afraid, more interested.
What do you mean, friends? How could my son become friends with...
Something like me?
Liz looks lost for words.
We shared a lot in common. Everyone seemed to be afraid of us. If they knew we were about, they wanted us gone.
Liz sits on the mattress. She's much more calm.
Then why? Why did you let him kill himself?
Liz takes out the diary, finds the page where Tom writes about his suicide plan. She shows the page to the ghost, forgetting momentarily of his odd supernatural shape. She looks at him afraid. Her hands tremble. A clear, watery substance slides from the ceiling down the walls before it sinks into the floorboards.
I can only touch.
Ghost's hand touches Liz's arm. It disappears through it, breaks into sparkles.
What I cannot touch.
The doors, the windows, the curtains. You were able to do that.
Emotional energy. My fear, your grief. Your fear, my envy.
He says right here in his diary that you showed him the way. He says under the guidance and instructions of the light.
He would tell of darkness beyond redemption. I showed him the light beyond the dark. I would talk of desolation. He would talk of loneliness. I spoke of being at peace. He spoke it only of desire.
So you did influence him.
I was envious of him having life as much as he envied me having peace. It came to pass he wished his life to end. I spoke with persuasion, but failed. It did not only condemn you to misery, Miss Elizabeth Werner, but myself. I too was left alone.
External, house, night. A group of teenage youths gather outside. Internal, house, bedroom, night. Liz studies the ghost before her eyes. A rejuvenated urgency takes her over.
My son, oh, is there a way you let me see my son? I need to see him, please, I beg you.
I cannot, as I exist in between realms. You greatly overstate my capabilities.
Liz is frustrated at the opportunity being rejected.
Then what good are you, damn it?
The ghost's form slinkily slides away from Liz. Floorboards creak. Liz calms herself.
What were you?
External house. Night. Christopher's car pulls up out front. Christopher gets out. He looks up at the house with a sigh. His attention is taken by the group of troublesome youths standing nearby. Flickers of flames turn into a rolled-up newspaper being lit on fire and held like a torch.
Hey, what the hell are you lot doing over there?
The gang look at Christopher. A youth, 14, holds the torch aloft without a care in the world.
What's it look like? We heard screams in the freak house. We're gonna burn it down.
You're gonna burn it. What is it with you and your generation?
Christopher storms over to the youths. He grabs the torch, throws it to the ground, and stamps it out.
Apart from the ridiculous ghost stories you keep telling each other, did you ever contemplate there might be someone real inside?
Chill, Gramps. It's only a house. Was gonna get knocked down soon anyway. Not as if it's alive or anything.
Christopher clips the youth round his ear.
Get out of here, you morons.
The youths scatter. Internal, house, bedroom, night. The ghost sits next to Liz.
You are what I have been seeking all these years, the proof of an afterlife. I have made up my mind.
You must let me persuade you to think otherwise.
Talk won't stop me. If you allow me to be blunt, you should know that.
If you will allow me to be just as blunt, you will be where you wish to be soon enough. Those that choose their own or anybody else's fate may not get to. If you endure, you reap.
Tom? What about Tom?
Silent moments pass. Liz turns angrily to the ghost.
You're lonely. You only want me to stay alive, so I keep coming back. You're a liar. A manipulative liar.
Cackling laughter echoes through the room. Liz is far from afraid. She keeps angry eyes on the ghost.
Like the free spirits that roam woods and fields, once the foundations are gone, so shall I. Elizabeth Werner, reconsider. I admit to my need of a friend. You have been of great service for me tonight. You may think of me otherwise, but as my friend, I advise you to await your fate and not determine it.
It is too late.
Liz looks to the flask on the floor.
I have a spell of my own, and it will be taking effect any moment.
External, house, night. Christopher opens the fence gate. His attention is taken by the returning group of youths. They run past him, deliberately knocking into him. Christopher grimaces in pain. He slants, releases a whimper as the group run into the distance. His hand clutches his side. Blood. He looks up at the group. The youth gives him the finger with one hand and shows off his flick knife with the other. Internal, House, bedroom, night. The ghost's sparkly figurine begins to diminish. It looks towards Liz.
I'm truly sorry for your choice, but I understand.
Will you stay with me until the end?
As I did with Tom,
Yes.
I feel compelled to do so. I feel it is something I owe to you.
Liz lays. Her body passes through Ghost's transparent figure on the mattress. She closes her eyes. She holds out her hand. The ghost's arm extends and forms the silhouette of a human hand. The ghost hand holds Liz's hand.
Sleep well, my friend.
Internal. House. Kitchen. Night. Christopher stumbles inside through the door. He falls to his knees, clutching his side.
Liz, Elizabeth.
Internal. House. Living room. Night. Christopher makes his way through the room. Internal. House. Staircase. Night. Christopher trudges up the stairs, holding his side in pain. Internal. House. Upstairs. Night. Christopher leans against the door. He takes a breather. He knocks on it gently.
Liz, I've got to take you back. I've got to take you home.
Internal. House. Bedroom. Night. Christopher opens the door, storms inside.
No.
The bright candle lamp sits in the middle of the floor. Liz lay icily still on the mattress. Christopher kneels down beside her. He timidly turns her head. Her skin is light blue. Her eyes closed. Blood leaks from her mouth.
No, Liz, what have you done?
He checks her neck for a pulse. He clasps his hands to his mouth, shocked and teary-eyed. Christopher tries a heart massage to resuscitate her.
You can't leave me, Liz. You can't leave me on my own.
Christopher's vigorous attempts fail. He slumps to his knees beside Liz in heartbroken tears. Pain etches over his face. Christopher holds Liz's hand. He kisses her forehead.
Sleep well, my love.
Christopher slumps to the floor. Fade to black.